Year 4, welcome to Monday's English lesson. I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, could you pause the video and write today's date and learning objective to make predictions? Well done. Okay, now today we're going to be, or this week, we're going to be writing our own quest tale based around this picture that you can see here. This is our learning journey this week. So today we're going to be making predictions based on this picture. Then we're going to be describing a character using a technique called show, not tell. Then we're going to be writing our opening sequence or paragraphs. And then we're going to be planning and writing our quest story. It might be that you write the quest story when you're back in school next week. A quest tale or a quest story is a story where there is a search for a place or an item or a person that requires the hero to leave home in order to find it. The story ends well, usually in a quest story, and the hero or heroine completes his or her mission. This is the outline of a quest story, and this is what we're going to be focusing on the next couple of lessons, the opening. Now, the opening describes the setting and the characters. Then the next part of the story would be a build-up when the character sets off on their journey. In a quest story, a character usually faces a problem. For example, they can't find something, they can't get into something, they get chased or they get trapped. And finally, the problem is solved, the character overcomes the problem and achieves the goal, and everything is happily ever after. Perhaps you could pause the video now and chat to your grown-up or a friend. Can you think of any quest stories that you have read, heard of, or seen? Here's some that I thought of. The Lord of the Rings is a book or a film you might have watched. The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, The Land Before Time, Treasure Island, or The Hobbit, The Odyssey, Wizard of Oz, and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Let's go back to our picture that's going to inspire our writing this week. I'd like us to pause in a moment and to write down all the things that you can see in this picture. You're going to write a list and you're going to use this stem sentence here, I can see. Think about all the nouns that you can see. Now remember, a noun is a PPT, person, place or thing. Your challenge will be to use noun and prepositional phrases. For example, let me show you an example here. I can see a dense autumnal forest next to a calm flowing river. Pause the video now and write down your sentences. Well done. Now hopefully you have written sentences about the following things: the forest, the river, the island, the mist, maybe the canoe, and the house, and the steps down to the river. Did you notice anything different? Now we need to think about what we can predict is going to happen in our quest story based around this picture. We're going to use this stem sentence now. I predict that because. So you're going to make a prediction and then explain why you have that prediction. Think to the things you can see in the picture. They will help you form your predictions. For example, I predict someone lives there because I can see a canoe, which means that someone likes to travel on the river. Pause the video now and write a series of sentences that predict what is happening in the picture using this stem sentence now. Well done. These are some of the other predictions you could have come up with. Once the steps led to solid ground. Do you notice the steps there? They go down. But now they're surrounded by a river. Perhaps there has been a flood. I predict the person or people there are cut off from the rest of society. They could be quite lonely and isolated. Perhaps they want to live alone. Perhaps they've fallen out with somebody. Here is a model of excellence for an opening of a story. I'm going to read it to you now, and this will help us with our predictions. Protruding from the middle of the murky yet calm river was a lonely rock. Standing on top of this was a wooden handmade house, perched precariously on tilts. All around you could hear the birds singing their woodland song and the gentle breeze rushing through the autumnal leaves. Crash! Another tree smashed to the woodland floor as yet more humans stole more of the already depleted forest to create more farmland for their crops. How will I ever manage to get food if they keep destroying the forest? Asked Puella, the young girl who stood in the doorway of the house. From miles away she could hear the distant hum of the mechanical saws. Wearily, Puella sighed, let her shoulders slump, and shook her head. Clutching the doorway, she glanced down at her worn and faded clothes. Puella's feet lacked shoes and her skin was tanned from the time she spent fishing in the river and hunting in the nearby forest. Years ago, her father had been leader of her tribe and she had worn the best clothes. Would she ever be reunited with her people and wear new, clean clothes again? Right, now I would like you to think about this opening of the story that goes with this picture. This is where Puella is living, and this is where she is standing as she hears the trees crashing to the floor. What do you think is the problem that Puella has? What will she try to do to solve this problem? Where will she travel to? What problem might she encounter on her journey? And how will she solve this problem? I'd like you to predict what is going to happen in this story, and I'd like you to draw a story map of your predictions. Remember to use your imagination, but keep your predictions in line with the story. I don't think, for example, that a spaceship is going to land and whiz Puella off somewhere different. Okay, so keep your story in line with the picture and what I've written already. Remember to use this story mountain to help you. I've written the opening, so you are going to draw a story map which shows these parts. Pause the video now and have a go at drawing your story map. And I can't wait to see what exciting, imaginative quest story maps you come up with today.